All right. Good afternoon. I hope you guys had a good Monday, good start to your week. Anyway, we'll get going. So let's go ahead and get started on our backs. We'll go start off with some abs, get moving. We're not going to start off, but it's going to be pretty quick in the beginning. So anyway, just go ahead and find a comfortable position if you want to get going with that. Stretch to start class, bring the feet together, knees wide. If that's just a little bit too aggressive, bring the feet wide, knees together, closing down those eyes, one hand on the stomach, one hand on the chest. And then just take a few breaths in and out through the nose. Just trying to let everything else go, just coming to this space. And I take that really big breath in, filling up the belly, filling up the rib cage. And exhale that breath out, a little bit more forceful. Press that breath out. You'll feel those abs contract. Keep the core tight and then continue to breathe in through the nose. Abs will stay tight, just big expansion through that rib cage. You'll pull that breath in. You'll hear that breath on the inhale. Press that breath out, hearing that breath on that exhale. So really active breath. It's going to help to warm up the body, but it's also that sound that you can focus on. And then let's bring those knees together, and we'll stack those knees right over those hips. Shins are parallel to the ground. And we'll extend that right leg out. That heel's just hovering above the ground. Bring it back to center, and then extend that other leg out. So that left leg extends out. Bring it back to center. So go to the right, center, to the left, center. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. And knees will stay stacked. Now bring the hands to your head, and then we're going to add that little twist to it. So as that left leg extends out, we're going to bring that left elbow to that right knee, back to center, and then twist. So we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those feet down to the mat, pressing into those heels, lifting those hips up into that bridge. So those knees are tracking straight forward. We don't want those knees bowing out at all. Arms could just be right down by the sides. Press those hips up a little bit higher. And then slowly roll it down. And this time, let's extend those legs up. Okay. Bring the hands to the head. So now we're going to extend that left leg down. Again, we're going to twist. Again, bringing that left elbow to that right knee. Bring it back to center, and then switch. So here we go again. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go and hug those knees in. Just a gentle rock from side to side. Again, let's lower those feet down. Again, lifting those hips up, holding it here. Grip those toes, balls, the feet, heels into the mat. We're trying to lift up through those arches. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Roll those hips down, hug the knees in. Let's rock forward and back, coming up to a seat. So crossing those legs, sitting up nice and tall. Let's twist it over to that right side. So left hand on that knee. Sit really tall on that inhale. Exhale a little deeper into that twist. Now we're going to reach that right arm out and then up. Big stretch up and over. Good. Bring it back up. And then we'll twist it over to that left side, tall on that inhale. Exhale deeper into that twist. Good. Then reach that other arm up. Big side stretch. Good. Inhale, reach it back up. Let's do one more time each side. Over to the right. Sit tall on that inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale it to the other side. I forgot that side then. Inhale, reach it up. Okay, so now bringing that right or the left hand on that knee, right arm reaches up and over. And then let's just switch it. So bring that right hand to that knee, reaching that left arm up and over. Go ahead and bring those arms up. Interlace those fingers behind the back. Open up through that chest. Just kind of getting everything loosened up, getting moving a little bit before we get started. And then let's slide those hands forward, stretching out through those hips. Walking those hands over to that left knee. Then we'll go to center. We'll go over to that right knee. Okay, bring it back to center. And then we'll walk those hands back. Switch that across the legs. Again, sliding those hands forward. Let's walk those hands over to that right knee to start. We'll go center and over to that left knee. Okay, bring it back to center. And then we'll walk those hands back, roll over onto the hands and knees. Let's just step it right back into a plank. So more core work. Spread those fingers out, press into those palms. Bring those feet together. Squeeze those legs together as hard as you can. And let's hold it here. Okay, now let's walk those feet about hip distance apart. Drop the heels to the right. Center to the left. And center to the right. Center to the left. Center. One more time each way. To the right. To the left. Center. Shift the weight forward. We're going to move through that vinyasa. So lower that chest down. Okay, or you can stop in that low plank. Lifting that chest up, shoulders pulling down and back. And exhale, we'll soften it down. Reverse that plank. Send those hips up and back into that first downward facing dog. So just take a few minutes here, pedaling out those feet and loosening up those ankles, those calves, the hamstrings. And let's inhale on the toes. Bend into those knees, step those feet top of the mat. Inhaling that half lift. Then exhale, fold. Bend into those knees. We're gonna rise up to standing again. Reach it up nice and tall. Let's side bend over to the right. Inhale it back up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, fold. Flat back on that inhale. And exhale, plant those hands, stepping those feet back to plank. Heels drop to the right. Center to the left. And center, moving into that vinyasa. So lower down. Inhale, lift it up. Cobra or up dog. And then exhaling those hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. And then we'll inhale on the toes. Bend those knees. Step lightly, hop those feet top of the mat. Inhale that half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale it up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale, reach it up tall. And exhale, fold. Flat back on the inhale. And exhale, plant the hands. Step or hop those feet back. Side or half side plank. So just dropping the heels to the right. Center to the left. Center, lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhaling those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And inhale on the toes. Bend those knees. If you're gonna hop those feet, try and land as quietly as you can. Then go right into that half lift, that nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Side bend to the right. Inhale it up to the left. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Flat back on the inhale. And exhale, plant the knees. Step it back. Side plank to the right. Center to the left. Center and vinyasa. Exhaling those hips up to the sky, down dog. Pausing it for a few breaths here. And now come forward to our front plank. And one more breath. Now we'll drop the heels to the right. This time that left arm is gonna reach up. Hold, really reaching up with that left hand. Good, now lower it down, front plank, over to the other side, right arm reaches up. And lower that hand down. Send those hips back, downward facing dog. So if you want to find movement, pedaling out those knees, that's fine. If you need stillness, that's fine. This is kind of your time. Work out any kinks, any stiffnesses that you might be feeling. Now let's come onto the toes. Bend into those knees again. Practice that really light hop. That really soft landing. That's what I'm trying to say. Bend into those knees. Flatten out that back. Okay, so just on the first one, if you want, you can keep the fingers on the ground, or you can bring your hands to heart center. Obviously, hands to heart center is going to make it a little bit harder. Okay, we're going to come up onto your left toes, like so, and then we're going to start to lift that foot up. Press that leg straight back. So we're coming right into that warrior 3. One more breath. Now curl it in, just the knee. Press it back out. Curl it in. Press it out. Last time, curl it in. Press it out. Big step back into that lunge. So the hands will lower down. Then we're going to twist. Right arm reaches up. Really strong through that back leg. And lower the hand down. Go and step that foot back to a plank. Lower, so moving into that vinyasa. Exhaling those hips up, downward facing dog. And now bring the feet together. Inhale, that left leg lifts. We're gonna step that left foot outside that left hand. So it's a little bit wider lunge stance now. So a little more inner thigh opening. One more breath. Now we're going to step that right foot outside that right hand. Sink those hips down into that squat. So chest is up, hips are down, back is flat. So we don't want to be collapsing in this squat. So we might have to lift those hips up a little bit higher. One more breath. And then go ahead and press those knees out. Press into those toes, rise all the way up. Turn those feet parallel to each other, standing up nice and tall. You can even walk those feet so they're more hip distance apart. And then exhale, fold. Finding that half lift, you can bring those hands all the way up to heart center. This time that right leg is going to lift. Foot presses back. Curl that knee in. Press it back out. Curl it in. Press it out. Last one. Curl the knee in. Press it out. Now big step back into that lunge. But hold. Let's add in that twist. I don't know if I did that on the first round, but I meant to if I didn't. So we'll add it in the next round. Good, big reach up. And then lower that hand down. Step it back to our plank. Lower. Inhale, lift. And exhaling those hips up, downward facing dog. Now bring those feet together. Inhale, that right leg is going to lift. Stepping that foot outside that right hand. That lizard lunge, a little bit wider. Lunge stance. Strong through that back leg, pressing those hips down to the mat. Now we're going to step that left foot outside that left hand. Sink those hips down. Chest is lifting. Knees are driving out. One more breath. And then we'll pressurize all the way up. So this time we're going to come up onto those toes, lifting those heels up high, strong through those legs. Core is tight. Big, big reach. And lower the heels down. Turn those feet parallel as you fold. Again, inhaling that half lift. So again, you can bring those hands to heart center. Sending that left foot back, pressing into that heel. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, press it out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, press it out. Big step back, lower the hands down. Go right into that twist. Right arm is reaching up. Lower that hand down. Step it back to our plank. Lower. Inhale, lift. And exhaling those hips to the sky, down dog. Feet together. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale, step that foot outside that left knee. Hold it for a breath. And then we'll step. Right foot outside the right hand. Hips sink down, chest is up. Breathe. And then press into those feet. Rise up, coming up onto the toes. Strong through those legs. And then lower those heels down. Turn the feet parallel as we fold. Find that half lift. Hands come to heart center. Stepping that right leg back. Warrior three. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Curl it in. Reach it out. Last time, curl it in. Reach it out. Big step back. Lower those hands down, twisting. Left arm reaches up. Lower the hand down. Step it back to our plank. And down. Inhale, lift. And exhale those hips up. Downward facing dog. And bring those feet together. Inhaling that right leg up. Exhale, stepping that foot outside that hand. Okay, now we'll step left foot outside the left hand. Sink those hips down into that squat. And then we'll drive out of it, come up onto those toes. Reach, reach, reach. Everything is nice and tight. And then lower those heels down, feet parallel, and fold. So this time you can just let that head and the arms hang heavy, grabbing opposite elbows. Just gentle sway from side to side. And now bend into those knees, go and rise up nice and tall. Exhaling those hands to heart center. Okay, weight's gonna come to that right foot. Left knee is gonna lift. That core is really, really tight, standing tall. And then we're gonna press that foot back. So we're gonna go into that warrior three again. This time those arms are gonna reach, those arms are gonna reach forward. So turning the toes down to the heels, or so the hips are nice and level. Arms are reaching forward, trying to make that giant capital T shape. Then exhale, curl that knee and draw the elbows back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Last time, curl it in. Reach it out. Big step back, ground that heel down. We're gonna come into our warrior two. So gripping those toes, right toes are pointing forward, heel is intersecting that back arch. Rib cage and tailbone pulls down as we lunge a little deeper into that front knee. One more breath. Now we'll lower that right forearm down, left arm sweeps up overhead. You're gonna slide that hand down to the inside of the foot, you can. And now we're gonna transition. So we're gonna come to that long edge of the mat and we're gonna turn the left toes out just slightly and sink into that side lunge onto that left side. Good, so chest is up, hips are level. And now we're gonna stay low. Okay, we're gonna travel back to the front into that lunge, twisting, reaching that right arm up. Now from here, a little bit wonky. Okay, we're gonna lower the right hand down in front of that right foot. We're gonna lift that leg up, open up through that hip, and then we're gonna come into that half moon balance. Kind of some weird transitions there, you know. The core is tight. Ooh. Really reaching that left arm up, pressing through that left foot, and then maybe we can start to cover that right hand up off of the mat. We'll take that big step back now into our warrior two stance. Pause it here. Then we'll straighten that front leg. So slight bend in that knee, okay? Reaching that hand forward, lower that hand down to the shin. Open up through the chest. So reaching that left arm up, reaching the right hand down. And then circle those arms around. Step it back to our plank and lower. Inhale, lift. And exhaling those hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Good, now inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, step or float those feet top of the mat. Inhale that half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend into those knees, rise up. And exhaling those hands to heart center. So now we're gonna switch sides. Okay, we're gonna draw that right knee up, keep that core tight. Press that foot back as the arms reach forward into that warrior three. Find the balance, then exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, big reach out. And then we're gonna step it back into our warrior two. So again, left toes are pointing forward. The heel is not intersecting that right arch. So gripping through the toes, balls of the feet. Lifting through the arches of the feet. Now we'll lower that left forearm down as we sweep that right arm up overhead. Now if you want to slide that hand down inside that foot, that's fine. Now inhale, rise up, traveling towards that long edge of the mat. Right toes turn out, sinking into that right knee. One more breath. Now we'll stay low. We're gonna go back to the front into our lunge. Plant that right hand, twisting. The left arm reaches up. Now we're gonna lower that left hand in front of the left foot. Lift that back leg up, open up through that hip, and then start to rotate. Good thing I have a wall behind me. Rotate. My balance is great today. I hope you guys are focused on your balance and not on me. And opening up through the chest, reaching that right arm up. And now big, big, big step back into that warrior two. Straighten that front leg, reach that hand forward, lower the hand down, open up through that chest. One more breath. And then we'll circle that hand down, step it back to our plank. And vinyasa. And then exhaling those hips up and back, downward facing dog. And now inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet top of the mat. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's rise. And exhale, those hands to heart center. Okay, we're gonna lift that left leg up. Press that foot back, arms reach forward. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Last time, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Big step back into that warrior two. Exhaling it, the hand, right hand down, left arm reaches up over the head, extended side angle. Inhale, rise up into that side lunge, into that left knee. And then walk it back forward, lunging with our twist. Right arm reaches up. And then we'll make our way into that half moon balance. So right hand lowers down. Lift that back leg. Open up through that chest as that left arm starts to reach up. Now take a big step back into our warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Reach it forward. Lower that hand down, coming into our triangle. And circle that hand down. Step it back to our plank. Vinyasa. And exhaling, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Good, now inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet, top of the mat. Inhaling the half lift. Then exhale, fold. Rise up tall. Exhaling those hands to heart center as that right knee lifts. Pressing that foot back, reaching those arms forward. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it out. Last time, curl in. Reach it back out. Big step back into our warrior two. Lowering that forearm down or slide that hand down inside that foot, extended side angle. Inhale, rise up, traveling to that side lunge into that right knee. Stay low. We'll come back to our lunge. Twisting, left arm reaches up. Now lower that left hand down. Open it up into that half moon. And now take that big step back into our warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Reach that hand forward. Hand down to the shin or to the ground or shin. Right arm is reaching up. And then circle the hands down. Step it back and vinyasa. Exhaling it up to downward facing dog. Go ahead and lower onto those knees. Sending those hips back to the heels, just catching your breath. Then now come back up onto those hands and knees. Step it back to plank. Hips up, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together. Inhale, that right leg lifts. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, curl it in. Stepping that foot through. Back heel stays lifted. Inhaling those arms up into our crescent lunge. Exhale, we're going to hover that chest, reaching the arms back. So really strong through that back leg, strong through that core. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, hover. Inhale, reach it up. Now this time as we hover, let's lift that back leg up, coming into that warrior three. And finding that balance. We just stay here in that with those airplane wings of those arms. Now we're just going to slowly lower the left toes down, barely touch, bring it right back up. So keeping the core tight, using that left glute to lift. Lower tap, back up, and down, back up. Let's do two more. Lower down, lift it up. Last one, lower, and lift. Good, now curl that knee to the chest. Good, with time to do it without putting that foot down. Then we'll cross that ankle over, sink those hips back. So we're in that pigeon or that figure four chair. And now inhale, we'll rise up, extend, and lower it down, reach it up tall. Exhale, fold. Let's move through that vinyasa. You can do it at your pace. And once we're in down dog, we're going to inhale that left leg up. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale, send it back up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, curl it in. Step that foot through. Inhale, rise up, coming into that crescent lunge. Exhale, hover that chest, reach the arms back. Inhale it up. Exhale, hover. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, hover that chest. Float that back leg up into that warrior three. Okay, so really reaching out long through that back heel. Okay, so now we're just going to slowly lower the right toes to barely tap. Use the right glute, lift it up. Lower down, tap. Right back up and down. Back up. Two more times down. Back up. Last one down. Bring it back up. Now hug that knee to the chest without putting that foot down. Cross that ankle over. Sink those hips back into that chair, that pigeon chair. And then rise back up, uncross that leg, reaching those arms up, pressing those hips forward, and exhale, fold. Then inhale, find that half lift, and exhale, fold, just letting the head and the arms hang nice and heavy. Maybe even grabbing opposite elbows, just gently swing it from side to side. Then now, if you can plant those hands. Let's take a big step back with that left foot. Walk that right foot out a little bit wider so you have room for your hands and shoulders inside that knee. Lower the back knee down, chest is pulling forward. And then lower down onto the forearms. Nice flat back. Let that knee open up a little bit more. Okay, now come back up onto those hands. Let's just go ahead and back to a down dog to transition this. And then we'll step that left foot outside that left hand. That knee lowers down, chest is pulling forward. And then we can lower down onto those forehands when you're ready. And then come back to those hands. Send it back to that downward facing dog. And then lower onto those knees. Go ahead and lower or come onto your backs. Just hugging those knees in. Just give it a gentle rock from side to side. Let's go into that full happy baby. So knees are going to come a little bit wider. We're going to reach for the outside edge of the feet. Pull that tailbone down and extend out through those legs. So we can kind of walk those shoulder blades together, lift it through that chest. Draw the tailbone down, pull those knees down towards the mat. Maybe extending out through those feet a little bit more. And let's lower those feet down into that hip bridge. Lifting those hips up, core tight. If you want to interlace those fingers behind the back, open through that chest a little bit more, you can. Try not to arch, to overarch to get into this position, but try and open up through the shoulders. Keep lifting those hips, keep that core tight. And release those arms, slowly roll it down. That right knee will hug in, left leg extends out, and we'll twist. So right knee comes across the body, that left arm reaches out. Bring it back to center. Switching sides. So right leg extends out, left knee in, and then twist it across as that left arm reaches out. And bring it back to center. And hug those knees in. Just give it a little rock from side to side. bring it still. We're gonna round that spine, bringing the forehead to the knees, curl into that ball, and then we'll extend those legs out, reaching those arms overhead, that full body stretch. And exhaling those arms down by the sides. Palms will face up, shoulder blades will walk together. Take that big breath in. And exhale, side out. Just let yourself completely relax and rest for these next couple minutes. Begin to deepen your breath. Just begin to wiggle those fingers and toes. Reaching those arms overhead. Full body stretch from the fingertips all the way down through those toes. And hugging the knees into the chest. Gently roll on over to that right side, letting that right arm support your head. That left arm just falls in front, completely resting on your side. And then press yourself up into that seat. Eyes remain closed. Sitting tall. Just being with that breath for just a few more moments. Just being really aware of that breath. Entering and exiting the nose. Filling the lungs. And then emptying the lungs. Leave those eyes open. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great evening. We have an all levels 25-minute class tomorrow morning at 7. And then I think there's a boot camp class tomorrow night at 4:30. So hopefully I'll see you guys at one of those classes. But otherwise, have a great day and a great week.